Alright, I'm going to do a little video run through of my latest purchase here, which is a 1982 GS1100E, a little special bike because it's a turbo, GS1100 turbo with a Mr. Turbo kit. Let me turn the radio down, hold on. Alright, so I just got this from a guy that raced it, Bonneville. It was basically a Bonneville racer from day one. It took it apart, kept all the parts, which is nice, and raced it. I think the last race was 1984. He went 184 miles an hour, which is pretty fast for that day. Raced it all through the 80s. Many plaques and slips and all kinds of information, original documentation, original Don Vesco engine building info. So I cleaned up the motor, given it a paint job. It had a black cylinder head from an 83. I just wanted it to look stock. Polished up the cases. The frame was in great shape. I didn't need to do much there. Everything was tarnished, but all complete. With the motor, I used VHT. I've had good luck. I had an 82 GS1100 SZ, which is a Katana, and a GPZ 1182 at the same time. Boy, I miss those bikes, and I restored those to a similar level with spray can and a lot of cleaning and scrubbing and polishing, and it looked great. So like I've done these caps with a VHT brake and caliper and baked them in the oven so they're heat resistant, chemical resistant. Went through the fins with Scotch-Brite and a screwdriver and jammed them in there and pressure washed and degreased, and boy, that's a lot of work. It's got some interesting fittings, and that's the oil takeoff or return P probably. And then down there inside you can see the special oil pressure sensor with a little takeoff as well. It's nice that the emblems are available. Brand new for like 13 bucks. It's crazy. I've redone the forks with new bushings and seals, and there's a couple of pits, but I think they weren't leaking, they were holding air. Anti-dive gimmickry, I'll plug that off, put some stainless hoses on it. I buffed up the fork legs and made sure everything was good and sound. What's nice is all the parts, I have duplicates of a lot of it. Brake parts and bolts and engine parts and carbs and stuff. The crazy thing is the tire, and the wheel was taken off brand new. It still has the nubs on it now. Now it's raw. Sorry about the jiggle. The tire's not going to be ridden. It's just for wheeling around the garage, but the nubs are still on it. It's a Bridgestone, I think Magma Opus or something. Remember those? Had an 82. I rode to Daytona Beach from San Angelo, Texas, 1,100 miles in one day. That was when I was young. Good friend of mine and I rode. And it was his bike, and I actually traded because he liked my KZ1000 more comfortable. So this is a new pair of progressives. The old ones are shot, but it was nice I could put this adjustable damper thing on there, which isn't adjustable. It's just for cosmetics, but it looks more stock. Caliper are the master cylinders all rebuilt. Everything I've got is fairly much ready to put back on. The takeoff parts were kind of funny because, you don't usually see them. And here's, for instance, are the original pipes with all the fittings and even the internal gaskets and shields, etc. Perfect chrome. And then I've got the downpipes over there. So cosmetically, the bike was ridden in a straight line, and didn't have a lot of street use, so everything's in really great shape. All the bearings were fine. I re-greased them and took a look and adjusted. Everything's great. So another takeoff here. A 0-mile set of carbs, or at least as close to zero as you're going to find, I'd say. I've got another set of 83 carbs outside. I'll show in a minute. And he's running a Mr. Turbo kit with 25 pounds of boost. The motor had it's got 6.5 to 1 compression pistons with downsized thicker sleeves, so I guess for heat don't get distorted cylinders. It's cranks welded. It's got APE bits throughout it. I think cylinder studs and followers, all kinds of stuff. So cosmetics, like I say, were quite good. I had a couple stickers. I don't like stickers, so I took them off and I preserved them, but they were Bonneville stickers on the front fender, and I was able to get those off with a hair dryer and keep them in. I'll put them in the manual. The tank is, the tank's in great shape. Everything's in great shape, really, but the gas cap had a hole drilled in it, had a ding, so I repaired another one that he had without a hole and painted it. The instruments are in really good shape. Original low mile example. What else? The seat's cut down, I guess for low profile, hug the road kind of thing. I'm kind of tall, so I don't think I like that, but I'll keep it like it is for a while. Calipers are loaded and painted. There's the turbo. Intake manifold I painted silver because the engine's silver now. I was gonna redo all the exhaust and manifold parts, but I scrubbed them up with Barkeeper's Friend and Scotch-Brite, and they came out pretty good. It's a lot of work though. And then I refinished the Mr. Turbo heat shields. Those are hard to find, evidently. Coming out pretty good. The header's still got a little bit of rust, but I'm working on that. There's the turbo blow-off valve. These headlight shells are getting rare. I got the little ears. I had to buy those. That's the only part I was missing, those ears. I had to get them off eBay in their new old stock, which was good, but they're a little pricey. But I've got the original chrome ring, which is in perfect condition. There's a water methanol tank for injection. And here's an interesting piece, which is the Mr. Turbo liquid fuel filled gauge with a mount that goes right onto the handlebar mount. So let me do the last little piece, walk outside, and show you my parts stash. I've got EPM wheels, magnesium gold wheels. They're 18-inch, real fat, 3.5 rear, 2.5 front. But they're tricky to refinish, so I'm just using the original wheels to roll it around the garage. So there's the front with the Magmopus tire on it. I've got a fairing with a Bonneville sticker on it, one of the many. It's a full fairing. I got the lowers, but I don't want to hide that motor, so I'll just keep this for posterity, I guess. There's the spare 83 carbs, which are quite good, actually. Original air box with air filter in it. I've got the other piece, I think, over here. And then a bunch of sprockets with very low, tall gearing for the high speed runs. Boxes of headlights and Magura clip-ons. These are pretty cool. I'm just going to run Superbike bars because I'm an old fart. Yeah, many boxes of spare parts and things to do, but it's getting there, so it's going to be a pretty cool bike once I get it running. It's like the grandfather of the Turbo Busa. It's the Gusa, or something like that. So, hope you enjoyed it. Take care.